One day you will realize that the greatest tragedy is not that life is short. It's that we waste so much of it waiting for the right time, the right feeling, the right person, the right opportunity, while the clock keeps ticking and the world keeps moving, with or without us. And before you know it, you're standing in the ruins of what could have been, haunted by the echo of dreams you never chased and the silence of words you never spoke. But it doesn't have to be that way, because the moment you understand that every second is a chance to change everything, you become dangerous, not in a reckless way, but in the way that people who take full ownership of their lives are. The kind of dangerous that scares excuses, that terrifies fear, that silences doubt. Because there is nothing more powerful than someone who decides that their past will not define their future, that their pain will not be wasted, that their story will not end in regret. And no, it won't be easy. Real change never is. It will break you before it builds you. It will test your will, your patience, and your resilience. But the truth is, you were not born to be ordinary. You were not created just to survive. You were made to rise, to lead, to grow, to love so fiercely that even your scars start to shine. And yes, you will lose things on this path: friends, comfort, approval. But what you gain in exchange is priceless. Peace of mind, purpose, and a version of yourself that no one else could ever build for you, because true strength is self-made. And every tear, every failure, every lonely night spent questioning your worth is fuel for the fire that will eventually light the way, not just for you, but for others watching in silence, hoping someone proves that it's possible. And maybe that someone is you. Maybe your pain has a purpose so much greater than the moment you're in. Maybe your setbacks are setups for the kind of comeback that makes people whisper your name when they talk about strength. Not because you had it easy, but because you kept going when you had every reason not to. Because you refused to quit even when no one believed in you, even when you didn't believe in yourself. And that kind of fight, that kind of inner fire, is rare. It's not born in victory, but in the ashes of defeat. In the moments you wanted to disappear, but chose instead to rise one more time. And when people ask how you did it, tell them the truth. That it wasn't talent, it wasn't luck, it wasn't even confidence. It was commitment, it was persistence, it was the quiet decision to show up every single day, no matter how heavy your heart or how loud your doubts. And that kind of consistency over time changes everything. Because life doesn't reward the brilliant. It rewards the brave, the ones who dare to keep walking toward the light even when they're surrounded by darkness, the ones who fall and bleed and break and still whisper, "I'm not done yet." The ones who aren't afraid to be seen starting small, who aren't afraid to be misunderstood, who aren't afraid to be alone for a while if it means staying true to their path. And if you're reading this now, standing at the edge of your own becoming, scared and unsure, remember this. You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. You just need to trust that where you are is not where you have to stay. And that every master was once a beginner, every champion once doubted themselves, every legend once questioned if they'd ever be more than ordinary. But they kept going, and so can you. And one day all those late nights, all those sacrifices, all those silent battles will make sense. Not because the world finally sees you, but because you finally see yourself. And when that happens, you'll understand that you were never chasing success. You were chasing freedom. The freedom to live on your terms, to speak your truth, to be unapologetically you. And that is the kind of success no amount of money or fame can match. So don't wait another day to become the person you were meant to be, because time is passing whether you act or not, and one day you'll wish you started today. So let today be the day you burn the old excuses, silence the inner critic, and begin the climb, because while the mountain is steep, the view from the top is worth every step. And when you get there, breathless and bruised but still standing, you'll finally understand. The journey was never about proving anything to others. It was always about remembering who you were before the world told you to shrink and becoming that person again, louder, wiser, and unstoppable.